Hi everybody. Gonna have a relaxing story now about Rumi's poetry and what it was about really. And I'm just gonna play a few instruments along the way. Okay. Hi. I was looking at the work of Coleman Bark. He's an American in his 80s now who is in love with Rumi and Rumi's poetry. And some of this is from him. And Rumi was an amazing Sufi poet in the 13th century in Persia. So occasionally I might come to the drum. I might go on to the shruti box. So here's the story. When Rumi spoke his poems spontaneously in Persian in the 13th century, there was always music nearby. There had to be, because the poetry and the music were part of an experiment they did with deep listening far beyond the ears. They called it Suma. And that listening was meant to remind us of what a healthy soul feels like, what the opening heart might be, and what it is to access an intelligence within and perhaps without our personality. So it's good to have music close by. And today, Like every other day, we wake up empty and frightened. Don't open the door to the study and begin reading. Take down a musical instrument. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. I am so small, I can barely be seen. How can this great love be inside me? That's the question. Rumi answers it. He says, look at your eyes. They are small, but they see enormous things, great things, wondrous things, beautiful things. And Rumi's insight was that there is a core of longing in every human being. No one knows what this core of longing is for. He says this core of longing is for the longing itself. One night, a man was crying praise. Allah, Allah, Allah. His lips grew sweet with the praising, until a cynic said, so I've heard you calling out, but have you ever got any response? The man had no answer for that. He stopped praising and fell into a confused sleep, where he dreamed he saw Hitar, the guardian of souls, in thick green foliage. And Hitar said to him, why did you stop praising? Why did you stop praising? Because I never heard anything back, the man replied. And Hitar said, this longing you express is the return message. The grief you cry out from draws you towards union with the beloved. Your pure sadness that cries out for help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. One night a man was crying, Allah, Allah. One night a woman was crying, Allah, Allah. Rumi he tended to the health of the soul, expressing the natural ecstasy of being alive, just being in a body and being alive. A sentient is a cause for rapture. Form itself is ecstatic. There is a shimmering excitement in form itself. There are three ways of approaching the divine mystery. One is prayer. A step up from that is meditation. And a step up from that is conversation, but a kind of inner-outer exchange with that being called the soul, the heart, or the beloved. That exchange is very healthy for the soul. It gives you generosity and strength and beauty and eloquence. And what the Sufis always symbolize by the opening of the rose. This mystery is the opening of the heart. And some people may know this wonderful poem by Rumi. What was said to the rose that made it open was said to me, here in my chest. What was told to the cypress that made it strong and straight, what was whispered to the jasmine, so it is what it is. Whatever made the sugar cane sweet, whatever was said to the inhabitants of Shagul in Turkestan that makes them so handsome, whatever makes the palm blush like a human face, that's happening with me. I blush. Whatever eloquence and language was brought to me, it's happening now. It's happening here. The great warehouse doors open, and I fill with gratitude, chewing a piece of sugar cane, in love with the one to whom every that belongs. What was said to the rose that made it open was said to me here in my chest. What was told to the cypress, what was whispered to the jasmine, whatever lets the palm flower blush, whatever puts eloquence in language, that's happening here. Out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Oh, we've come to the end of our little story. And I know many, many people across the world love Rumi. And I'll finish with something he wrote, which is particularly apt for us, together now and yet not together. But physical togetherness is only one aspect. There are many others. And he said, goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes, because for those who love with heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. It's lovely to see you, and rest well and know peace. Good night.